There's one part of this drawing that nearly ruined the whole thing. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Atreyu, and I'm drawing something new with inks every single day for InkTober. And if you're returning to this challenge, welcome back. We're on day 22 of the series. My goal for today's drawing was to create a transition of someone into some sort of a growth. You know what's interesting about each drawing, anything that you create, is every single one tells a different story. And I really enjoy the uniqueness of how every single piece that someone can create can tell describe a different feeling, tell a different story, have a different vibe, and it just goes to show the unlimited possibilities that we have to make anything that we want to make. So it keeps it interesting. You know, I like thinking about it as when you go to work and you're doing the same thing every day, you get tired of it. It gets repetitive and boring, and you understand exactly what you're doing at work. And so you get used to the flow, and you can do it in your sleep, basically. And so nothing ever brings you that level of excitement, that childlike wonder or joy or awe feeling. It's completely different with art. Art, you could sit down and do something to create every single day, and it would always be new and different and exciting. You have that choice. Granted, you could probably do the same content all the time. Like if you want to paint flowers for a living and that's all you do, you paint flowers, I still think you could find it, even if you're painting the same thing, even if your audience is expecting the same format from you. You can make it exciting for yourself based off of slight variations, colors, values, temperature, atmosphere, things like this. So that's something it's not really something that there's a lesson to be learned here. It's more so just pointing out the fact that there are unlimited possibilities with what we create and how cool that is. It's just, I think, one angle that I like to look at art for. For me, I'm the type of person, you might be as well here, where I like variety. I like switching things up often. I feel like I do get bored pretty quickly when it comes to following, even for art. Like I haven't found the exact type of content or creations that I want to make constantly. I don't want to say it's envy, but I admire artists that have a set guideline for what they create, and they follow that to a T every single time, and they enjoy it and they love it. I think it's a great way to narrow your brand, so that way it becomes more recognizable to more people, because it's easier to focus or to know what their focus is on. Or so when someone's scrolling on their feed or their timeline, they say, oh yeah, that's an Atreyu piece, because you all know what I'm often creating. But if I'm always switching it up and I'm doing an oil painting one day of a beach, the next day I'm doing some digital illustration of some fantasy girl floating in space, and I keep creating new things every time, it's going to be harder to recognize, oh yeah, that's something that this person created. Where if you have a consistent style and theme for everything, it becomes easier to display a quote-unquote brand, right? A recognition point in your art. So whether you're focusing in nice and small on a niche, or you're going wide and creating whatever you want, I think, circling back to the beginning, it's really cool that art gives you the ability to have so many different options at your fingertips. I think this piece today turned out pretty well. I like the expression direction that I chose, looking up to the sky, eyes closed, but sad. You can tell that there's something breaking free from this, and I'm getting more comfortable definitely with the inks that I'm using. It's been fun to use these inks. They're messy, they get all over my hands and stuff, and it's hard to come off with soap and water, but they're fun to use, so I will definitely keep using them. And that's it for the art for today, but that leads us to the question of the day. If you had to give this piece a backstory, what would that be? for tomorrow, you can expect the piece to be something completely different than what today's was. Thank you for watching, and if you're sticking around here with me for all 31 days of Inktober, you're officially a part of the challenge here with me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace, my friends.